Afternoon, anybody? Anybody? Yeah, Freudian slip there. Just getting the channel started back up. How are you? This is. What did I even rename it to? Rabbit Hole Gaming Reviews. Don't trip on that long channel name. Anyway, I'm back at floor 20. This time I have a couple of extra things here to keep the fight more interesting. For Baroness Von Frost, so I have Toxic Carl's Lucky Paw. This adds one extra stack of poison every time it's applied. Count Clockula. Love my dog. Love my landlord's dogs. Anyway, there's Count Clockula's Lucky Paw, which is something offering healing of 5% of all damage dealt to enemies, which works nicely with Baroness Von Frost's Lucky Paw. Enemies take 2% more damage for each frost stack upon them, and there are quite a few. I've got Permafrost applying 5 at the start of the fight. Let's see what else. So, critical strength isn't really triggering that much with the couple of sickles that I got. Swamp, though, is keeping water in the prize area all the time, so that's very helpful when it comes to the lava and frosty bath bombs here. So you can either apply more frost or more damage if you're in a pinch. But I also have the poison grenade applying 5 poison to all enemies. Got the gauntlet for block every time I use an item. Serrated Blade Plus attacks the nearest enemy and deals 2 damage for each stack of poison on the enemy. And Amulet of Strength, increasing strength by 5. I've got the basic daggers here that I started with, as well as icicles. I've been adding a couple. I think I at least added 1. I don't see many at the moment, so I must have started out with 2, but I'll double check on that. So I do have a poison dagger plus, and there's also a water pistol, which works great with the perk here, Swamp. So with water always in there, if the water pistol is submerged at the end of your turn, it gives it a different effect depending on the liquid. So I've got lava guns and frost guns, I guess, or I don't know how that really works, but I also have water balloons that apply 30 soaked. That's a neat mechanic that I haven't seen. It increases damage taken by 1% and reduces the amount of stacks by 10 at the end of the turn. So, alrighty, so I'm just gonna fight Mr. Shark again. I'll start off with a snow globe that will give us both 15 frost, and there's a poison dagger right next to it, so that'll start the bleed here. So you're going to see him start to get buffing things up to unholy amounts of damage. So I'm just going to get a bomb buff here for a little bit of extra damage, and I'll just keep the snow coming here and deal additional damage with the icicles. So and I'll test out these water pistols here to see what they do. Wonder if it's just straight water damage. I don't know. Huh. Did it give me 1 strength? I don't know. So I guess it might have to be kind of specialty liquid here like frost or lava, so I think I still see a gun here, so there we go. Not that much that I can see, oh well, and we'll just keep the frost building up here so I can deal some extra damage with icicles, and see, I'll try to grab that strength potion down here, so amulet rather. There we go. And I think I had something that tripled my strength, but I'm probably wrong on that. Here's a spiked shield to start giving me some spikes. This is good because he's doing 3 individual attacks, so I can neutralize that with frost pretty easy. So. There we go, that took some nice damage out of him. So as you can see, he's blocking my way with piggy banks, which is kind of funny. Sort of like my credit card, but there we go. Oh, wow. So I'll keep the water frosty. I'll take a little damage here for the strength amulet, and this might finish him off, so we'll see. $75 damage coming at me, but I do have some spikes, so I'll just show off here and win with a spiked shield. So. Ooh. And Enraged has saved my bacon before. I thought that I had it, but this does increase your critical chance by 100% when you have less than 30% health. So I'll go with that and get some upgrades in. Oh, man, I should have saved for that upgrade. Oh, well. Alright, deal some extra damage here with this lava fluff. Not much, but sorry about that noise. And so you'll see a magnet dragging a magnet, and that's about it, maybe a blade or two. But I do need to stop by the alchemist and get my stuff turned into metal items, so. This guy has 25 poison, so I think this serrated edge, or blade rather, will do some interesting stuff. I'm just so excited that these lava pistols here might be firing off shortly, so let me give these a try and see what they do. I've noticed that there's not really a burn mechanic, so let's see. I don't have much in the way of gold, so I'm gonna go with a spike sub strategy, so that way when I'm getting pummeled I can at least do some automatic damage back. So let's see what we got here for that water pistol. Doesn't seem to, oh, I hate doing that. Why would you really want to have your claw stop midair? I just wish there wasn't a mechanic for that. But anyway, here comes some more frost for Mr. Toad, and some spikes and another snowball. So oof, wow, that is a huge shield. But yeah, I'm gonna need that. I'm just doing another snow globe. I'll just use spikes, because when these guys attack, even if I don't get any damage from them, it still triggers the spikes, so that's very handy. So I'll just keep on grabbing these, and I think I should be out of the woods. I'll just start grabbing the icicles now, as soon as the claws decide to work. But you'll see some spike damage. There we go. And I'll hit him with this little lava pistol. See what that even does. That looks pretty good. So let's see. Recycling bin collects all plastic items inside a small radius and increases its damage by 5 for each collected item. I'm just going to deal with metal for now. Thermometer is good. Attacks the nearest enemy, dealing 0.5 damage for each missing health you have. I love those cheesy, lazy mechanics like that. So this has just been a quick run through. I'll head to Grandma's real quick and fight this boss, and let you know it's pretty awesome in extended play. I think I made it to level 26 without any special rabbit paws. I wish it was possible that you had it equipped. It may possibly be, and I might just be unintentionally bad-mouthing designers, but I will check anyway. This game is very highly polished. There have only been like 3 areas that I would suggest a little bit of change in. For example, stopping your claw. It's just completely pointless, and I've flubbed hitting that button before and I haven't quite lost because of it, but just really something that could be turned off anyway. But other than that, there was one mechanic in the token room where I think I might have accidentally dropped some token before, but let me just go ahead and grab this strength amulet, hopefully, if I can, and get this fight done. I think this one kind of snuck up on me, so I'll just go ahead and keep the snow globe coming and putting some snow out. And some resulting frost, so I have ice water. As you can see, there's a couple of ice cubes there, so that will keep his frost high. And then that's a nice medley of tiny things, including an icicle, so I think that was what just did a whole bunch of damage. And this boss will be toast very shortly. I'm just gonna grab all I can here with this magnet, and poison will do it. So, and I even got a spare attack, so we'll end with a sickle. And thank you for stopping by to check this out. I'm gonna get silly splashy and get into pets here once I get to the token room. So, little bonus play here if you just can't leave a video. So, thanks for staying on. That's a pretty shield. Increases block by 15, permanently increases amount by 3 if an enemy dies from poison while the item is inside the machine. Ooh. Love that. That's gonna be happening. So, let's see. It's a really high transmute cost here. So, cost of living. $48. Why did it hit that ridiculously high price? Ugh. We'll grab some treasure, I guess. But anyway, you shouldn't be here because this is the end of the video, and I shouldn't be either. So, thanks for staying on, seriously. Let's see what I can do to get these guys all dropped here before they really start getting some crazy stuff going. I don't think this guy will be dying of poison, but oh well. There was a poison flask that really started building up a lot of damage to enemies. All it had to do was sit in the prize area here, and as long as an enemy died while it was in there, I think of poison, then it went up by 3 points of poison. And I think I was poisoning things for like 108 points. Like, I would just never touch it. What? Well, that's why I stayed along, I guess. I really don't like her anyway. So, next time we'll be playing with Garbage Greg. He just seems really fun. His damage is increased by 2% for every item in the deck, so that is not something that ties into 50% of all items being removed after your turn. It's separate, so as long as your permanent items that you've chosen stay in the deck and don't get removed through the shredder or whatever, even his ability won't cause any issues. So we'll go ahead and start with Garbage Greg and save him. Yeah, I know, dangle those paws in front of me. Anyway, see you next time, folks.